Good morning, students. Our session of auditing and corporate governance. Now, as far as our previous session was concerned, in the last session, I introduced the new chapter of unit number 2, that is internal audit and control. Now, in this particular chapter, till now we have seen about the contents that we are going to discuss. Then after the introduction part of internal control. The internal control is divided into two parts, internal check and internal audit. Then after the meaning of internal control, how it is going to be implied and how internal control is useful for the business unit. Then after we have seen about the scope of internal control, and that scope is quite basic. That oral discussion was that. Now in today's session we are going to discuss about internal check. Now here, for the effectiveness and for the efficient use of accounting principles and each and every aspects which are related with the financial matter, which are related with the accounting matters, need to be checked in a proper manner, so that it is quite natural that organization is going to adopt the system of internal check. Basically, it is very simple method. Internal check is a system where a work of one employee is subject to an independent check by another employee. That is called internal check. Means when one work is going to be checked by the another one. So that will be known as internal check. If one person is going to handle the vouchers, so that is the work of, suppose, Mr. X, and Mr. Y is going to prepare the ledgers. So now the work of X is going to be checked by Mr. Y. So that is known as internal check. So within the boundary of the organization, when one work is going to be checked by the another one, that process is known as internal check. Here the definition is that a system of internal check is an arrangement of staff duties whereby no person is allowed to carry through and to record every aspect of a transaction, so that without consent between two or more persons, fraud is prevented, and at the same time the possibilities of errors are reduced to minimum. Now here, organization is going to adopt the process in which the whole work is divided amongst the different employees. Suppose a single person is going to manage the vouchers, then after the recording of the voucher is going to be carried out by the another employees. Then after, the third person is going to prepare the books of accounts. Then after, the another employee is going to prepare the final accounts. So when the whole work is divided among the different employees of the organization, so through this process, organization is able to prevent the fraud, because if a single person is responsible for the whole work, and if the same authority is assigned to them, so at that time there are chances that that person is going to commit any fraud or any malpractices in the whole work. So this is the best way, that is to prevent and that is to remove frauds in the organization. The another meaning of internal check is an internal check means practically a continuous internal audit carried on by the staff itself, by means of which the work of each individual is independently checked by the other member of the staff. Here, internal check is also known as internal audit. Now, in internal audit, auditor is going to verify each and every transactions with the books of accounts. But this process is done at the end of the year when the accounts are prepared. When the final accounts are prepared by the organization, at that time they are going to check the whole books of accounts. But as far as the internal check is concerned, internal check is done continuously when the work of one employee is independently checked by the another employee, and this process is a continuous process. So it is the another type of auditing when the staff member themselves are going to check the work of their coordinates. So there are some points that I would like to discuss with you in internal check. Internal check is an arrangement of work of employees in a particular organization whereby the whole work is properly and systematically allocated to employees. Now, no single employees carry through and record every aspects of a transaction thoroughly. The work of one employee is continuously and independently checked by another employee, and through this process the chances of errors, the chances of fraud, and the chances of irregularity will be minimized. So it is about the introduction of internal check. Now we'll discuss about the different characteristic of internal check. Under that, the first one, the work of an employee is defined and divided. In this system, the whole work is divided among different employees, and each and every employees know about the duties of their work. They know means how they are responsible for the particular work. So it is purely authenticated process in which the whole task is defined, means how the work is going to be carried, which employee is responsible for which work, and which employee has a personal authority for the proper work or for the particular work. So the first characteristic of internal check, that is the work of an employee is purely defined and it is divided among the staff members. Then after, the second one, the work carried out by one employee is continuously checked by another employees. Here make my words, here it is not like that when the one work of employee is finished, then after it is to be checked by the another employees. No, but at the same time when one employee is going to carry a particular work, at the same time the another employee is going to have the cross verification, the cross checking of the same work. So internal check system, it is a continuous process in which one employee is doing his work and another employee is checking his work. So it is a continuous process, and so for that reason the frauds, the errors and the irregularity of the work can be easily minimized. Then after, the third one, the accounts and records are not allowed to be under the complete and independent control of one single employee. Here, organization is not going to allocate the whole task, the whole work to a single employee only, but the organization is going to divide the whole work among the group of employees, so that the responsibility is divided, and on the basis of responsibility the authority is also easily divided, so that the work is completed within a proper efficiency and with a proper integrity. Then after, the next characteristic, fourth one, is accounts are subjected to a continuous audit. When auditor is going to verify the books of accounts, but it will be there at the end of the year. But here, when the organization have vouchers, they have the ledgers, they have the different books of accounts, so it is compulsory to rectify each and every books of accounts in a proper manner, so that it will give an effect of continuous audit. Then after, fifth one, the chances of errors, frauds and irregularity are minimized, as we already discussed this point. And the last characteristic, that is the responsibility of employee as regards work to be done by him is totally fixed. So here, when the organization is going to divide the whole task, at the same time organization is going to divide the responsibility among the employee who is going to carry out a particular work. So it's about the characteristic of internal check. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the internal check. That is the second part. Then after, the next point, that is objects of internal check. Or we can say that the reason why organization is putting the system of internal check in the business unit. The first object is to detect errors committed by employees and to prevent them. So, the detection and prevention of errors. Now, as far as the internal check is concerned, the main task of the management, that is to find out and to minimize the errors which was committed by the staff members. So, through internal control, organization is able to detect and prevent errors in the business unit. Then after, the second objective is to detect and prevent frauds. As compared to errors, frauds are very dangerous because errors are done on the basis of minor mistakes, but frauds are the intentionally mistakes that is done by the organization staff member. So another main object of internal check, that is the detection and prevention of frauds which is committed by the staff member. Then after, third one, to make employees regular in their work by fixing their responsibility. Now it is quite obvious that when the responsibility is assigned to our employees, they become regular automatically. So through fixing the responsibility, we are able to make our employees regular in their work. So they are doing their work with a proper time limit. Delay in the work is not there, and through internal check, they themselves are responsible for the whole task which is assigned to them. Then after, the next one, to fix up the responsibilities in regards to errors, frauds and discrepancies. When the responsibilities are clear in the nature, so through that organization can easily rectify that which person is responsible for the particular errors or for the particular frauds. So it is very easy to detect that the errors and frauds are committed by which employees. Then after, next one, to adopt the system of accountancy through which final accounts are prepared timely. Basically, in accounting department, there is a need of internal check. So through internal check, organization is able to adopt a formal system of accountancy, and with the help of this system, organization is able to prepare their final accounts in a proper time period and with the accuracy. Then after, the next one, distribution of work in a such a way that no transaction is left out. Here, the division of work is so accurate that no transaction is going to be left out for the checking of internal system. So, a nitty-gritty checking of each and every transaction is possible through the system of internal check. Then after the next one, to enhance the efficiency of employees. Yes, with the help of internal check system, the efficiency of employees can be easily enhanced. And the last objective is to keep a moral check on employees. Here it is very essential to see that how ethical are employees. We need to check their morale, we need to check their code of conduct, and we need to check their ethics. If the person himself is not proper, if the same person is doing frauds, if he is doing malpractices, then through internal check, the organization comes to know about his misconduct, about his malpractices. So, again, one of the main reason that why organization is adopting the system of internal check, that is to checking the morals, the ethics and code of conduct of employees. So that's all about the objects of internal check. It is very easy one. Hope you all are clear about the concept of internal check. In today's session, we are doing our second part. First one was internal control, that was completed in the last session. And today we are discussing about internal check, that is the second part. Hope till now you all are clear about each and every points. Now the next one, that is advantages of internal check. First one, the chances of errors and frauds are reduced to minimum. It is quite obvious that when the whole work is divided between different staff members, when the authority is divided, when the responsibility is divided, then organization comes to know about which employee is responsible for which work. So the whole system will become a crystal clear. And through this clear process, no employee dare to commit fraud or errors. So through internal check system, the organization is able to reduce or able to control errors and frauds. Then after the next one, with proper distribution of work, the employees get better idea about their work. Yes, when a clear distribution of work is there, so employee comes to know about that how they are responsible for which work. So when the line of responsibility is clear, so they get the clear idea about which work is to be performed by whom. Then after the next one, there is a quickness and effectiveness in the work. When the whole system is clear, when the whole system is proper, then it is but natural that organization is able to get their work quickly and with minimum errors, so with maximum efficiency. Then after, the next advantages is organization get the assurity about the correctness of accounts and other important matters. When the financial matters are there, so when the accounts are there, financial matters are there, it is very much needed that organization or the top management gets the assurity about the proper work. So through internal check system, the company gets assurity about the correctness of the accounts and the important matters. Then after, the next one, through internal check system, organization is able to prepare final accounts quickly and easily. The next one, through internal check system, morale check on employees are possible. Then after, the next one, the workload of auditor is reduced because a continuous checking process is there. So the process of verification and valuation is done on the regular basis, and through this the workload of auditor is reduced up to a certain extent. So auditor is not going to have the detailed checking of books of accounts. And the last advantage is auditor can rely on the internal check system and can apply only test checking. So auditor, if the internal check system is so much pronounced, then auditor can rely on it and can just have a test checking. So that is about the advantages of internal check system. Now we'll discuss about the limitation part of internal check. Now, as far as the limitations are concerned, the first one is sometime auditor become careless where internal check system is existing. Here, auditor knows that organization is adopting the internal check system properly. So, he is not going to have the further verifications or valuations of books of accounts, but it will become the dangerous for the auditing process. Then after, the second one, employee is likely to be careless about the accounts on the assumption that work is going to be checked automatically. So here our employees are become carefree because they knows that if something is left out, if they are not going to finish the work in a proper manner, then it is automatically checked by the another one. So they become quite careless. third one, it will be expensive for a small business unit. Now, in internal check system, organization needs maximum staff members. So, this system is very expensive where the numbers of transactions are quite less and organization is not able to afford maximum on internal check. Then after the last one, when two or more employees are joined hands in fraud, then detection of fraud will be impossible. Yes. Now internal check system will become difficult in the situation where one or more employees comes together and they are doing the fraud, they are doing the malpractices with the mutual understanding. At that time, it is very much difficult to find out where the fraud is and who is responsible for that particular fraud. So when the employees comes together, at that time it is quite impossible to check that where the actually fraud is arised and how they are doing and the person who is doing the fraud. So it is about our today's session, it is about the internal check. Now in internal check we discuss about its definition, then after the characteristic of internal check, the objects of internal check was there, advantages and limitations of internal check. In the next session, we are going to discuss about the types and basic principles of internal check system. I hope it is clear to each and everyone. So here I am ending our session. Hope you all are clear about it. Thank you. Thank you so much.